What makes you stop in your tracks and really look at an art piece? Now I must point out that the term art piece can be used very broadly. An illustration, sculptures, fashion, a work of literature, dance choreography, a song, etc. You can choose whichever medium that comes to mind, but for the sake of clarity, I'll be referring to the visual arts. Is it the colors that catch your attention? Maybe the piece incorporates elements of a fictional character you like. Or maybe there's something about it that connects with you on a deeper level. Even you can't explain how or why. You simply cannot look away, and even when you do manage to, your mind wanders back to that particular piece without your conscious consent, exploring the depths of your emotions. Hi there, I'm Finn, and in this video I'd like to bring attention to the infamous art style debate that had, and still has, a mental grip on the art community, especially the younger crowd online. I'll be speaking from an artist's perspective rather than the general public's eye. So if you consider yourself an artist of sorts and struggle to see value in your work due to not having a personal art style, maybe this will help you stop spiraling and take a step back to see the bigger picture. Thank you.
So the event starts on the ground floor, which is over there, and you can also proceed up to the fourth and fifth. If you'd like to start from the top, you can also do that. And the food and drink is first to third floor.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. The clips in this video are of my day at KL Illustration Fair, or klif, that was held on May 3rd and 4th at the GMBB building in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This was my second time going to klif, and I personally prefer these art events more than cosplay or ACG events because the artists will mostly sell their original works as opposed to fan art. So basically they'll go even more all out than usual. As a patron who tries to actively attend these events, it really is an exhilarating experience. I highly recommend going to them even if you have an inkling of interest in art. I try to make it a point to attend these art events because it kind of restores my faith in humanity, not gonna lie. To see the work done by local artists and their passion overflowing around you is like when you open your window in the early morning and the sun is slowly creeping up. The crisp morning breeze rushes into your open window and laps on your face as if saying, "Good morning, lovely day ahead." Not to be romantic, but it feels like that to me at least. Anyways, the art style debate. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, or if you're not in the art world, look at it this way. When you see the Starry Night, the painting, you immediately know that the one who painted it was Vincent van Gogh. How about the Mona Lisa, Banksy's political graffiti? Okay, let's kick it up a notch and keep up with the times. These beautiful anime girls that people so desperately feed prompts into their bots to imitate. Sam Yang. How about the god-tier artist Loish, who has been a pinnacle of reference for thousands of artists since the early 2000s? When I say Junji Ito, do you see his beautifully horrific artworks in your mind? Andrew Kadima's painting videos surely have crossed your timeline at least. I'd list all these amazing artists out one by one if I could, but then I'd have no more footage to compensate for the content. So let's get back on track. The point is that to be recognized for your work, especially as an artist, your style plays a big role. I chose to talk about this topic because struggling to find an art style is something the majority, if not all, artists experience. It's basically like trying to find your own identity and what makes you you in the world. but in a physical manifestation of your mental workings. Oftentimes, beginner to intermediate artists get themselves trapped in this cage, and suddenly it feels like having to rush to establish your mark in the art world. The debate in the art community is this. Some say it's not important to have a distinct art style if you want to work in the industry. Others argue against that and say it's crucial to have a novel style so that clients or employers take interest in that uniqueness. Both sides have their own valid reasons for their stances, so there's a perpetual rocking of the boat. Let me ask you, what is the purpose of you creating? Who are you making art for? Is it more important to do it for other people to perceive your works and for you to get engagement? Or is it to fill that hole in your heart and engage with those creative voices in your head? What I notice is that professional, experienced artists will almost always bring this up. Yes, it's important for you to be able to adapt and imitate other styles if your goal is to work in the art industry under a company. But it is also important for you to make your own art, because you might not know if your employer or the industry suddenly decides to choose your style to shape a new generation of cartoons, for example. Well, Finn, what if I don't want to work in the industry and create my own art? Social media is a cruel place, with the unpredictable algorithm and stuff. I get that, dude. These questions and points of interest can still be applied. If you look at the famous German painter Albrecht Dürer's works throughout his entire career, he literally experimented with so many different mediums, from woodcut to printmaking to silver point to charcoal to painting.
Come on.
I recently had the opportunity to get a copy of his biographical historical journey of art, compiled by Anya Eichler. Eichler? And I was amazed that even in the different media, each had nearly similar but still quite distinct styles. Like each piece he made, you could tell that, oh yeah, this is Dürer. But if you put them side by side, his approach for each piece is different. But all of it is undoubtedly him. Do you catch my drift? So now what? Well, it all really depends on you, honestly. To bring up my previous video, being a jack of all trades is actually very valuable in this day and age. In my personal opinion, I don't think it's wise to focus only on one thing. I think it's better to be able to have your own thing going on, put that on top priority, and also be able to adapt to different situations and settings. Sharpen your skills in different areas along the way. Why do you think there's such a big rise in indie animation going on right now? The industry is in turmoil due to the greed of those in power, and artists turn to solo work. Art takes time. Great art takes even longer. But the important thing to remind yourself is that it's not supposed to be a competition. Art is expression. What do you want to tell the world? To tell yourself? What art do you want to create? If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and consider subscribing for more. Other than this YouTube channel, I'm also on Kara and Instagram. If you'd like to support me further, I have a Ko-fi as well. All links to my socials are in the description box. My digital sketch commissions are open if you're interested. Check out my card link under commissions for more info. This has been Finn, and I'll see you next time. Keep on creating.